modes would call people. Oh! Oh my god! Hey, what's up everyone? It is North here. Today we're going to be playing some more Skywars on the Hypixel network. Right now we are on one of the new maps called Pollen. It's kind of a weird map in my opinion, but it's new and creative, and I'm fine with that because it can't hurt to have some creativity around here. But anyway, today is a bit different. I actually have a story to tell. It just happened a couple minutes ago, like the end of it just happened a couple minutes ago, so I'm not going to do any cuts because I want to get through the story in one video. So yeah, so I was playing a regular Skywars solo insane mode game, and then this guy right in the beginning says, I do YouTube for the monies. Like, literally says for the monies. And I'm like, okay. And I was about to respond to that, but then okay. And then the game started, so I couldn't. So I just like restarted my chat part, you know. Here, I'll say. See, I'm gonna try to say, hi, my name, and then when it goes out of it, so I couldn't say anything. And then he said it again. First he's like, guys, and then like a second later, I do YouTube for the monies. Exact same spelling. So this time I had time to respond. So I'm like, that's great. And then I'm like, nobody cares. No, that's kind of toxic, but that's kind of bad if you do YouTube only for the money, because I don't do it for the money. I bet a lot of people say they don't do it for the money, but I don't know if that's true. And if you're just doing it for the money, you don't put your heart into it. So that's kind of annoying to see. And then he's like, I forgot what he said. He's like, yeah, I know. I know. He said, I know, right? Like IKR. And then he died. He was like thrown into the void. And then a little bit later, I died, and he was still in the game, except in spectator mode. So he said, I have more subscribers than Sky does Minecraft. And I'm like I shouldn't have responded to this, because it's just like some kid trying to get trolls out of everyone. So I'm like, but anyway, besides my better judgment, I respond like, no, you don't. You obviously don't, because you don't have the YT rank, or YouTube rank, and you know, obviously you would have it. And the guy's name was Cheeto Monster 47. So I wasn't prepared to be convinced at all that he was a major YouTuber. So yeah, they said this is my alt account, and at this point I'm exasperated, but I didn't want to just leave, because once you're into something, you're like into it. So, and then I don't say anything really. I'm just like, I say it like right, you know, sarcastically, and then his friend dies. Like, it was in solo, so remember, they're teaming in solo. That could get them banned for one thing, but I don't have proof, except that they're in a party. But you know, they could just be fighting each other. So yeah. And then his friend came on, his name was like Gummy Bear 33. And then they both started calling me bad and stuff, and they're like 10 or 9-year-old kids using like 2015 roasts, and they kept saying like, oh, and then if one guy got them, let's say Cheeto got an apparent roast, like, you know, I'm doing air quotes even though you can't see me, Like, oh, Cheeto with the roast. And like, they kept saying like the same thing, like, you suck, you're bad, and stuff. I don't know why. And they're like, you're mad. Anything a 10-year-old kid would say. And then he's like, I bet Gummy Bear could beat you. And that's one of the guys, remember? He's one of the buds there. And then I'm like, no. And then Cheeto is like, bet I could even beat you. I'm like, I don't think so. And it's like, yeah, I can. I'm like, okay, do you want to put that theory to test? 1v1 Bad Lion. And then he's like, no, I can't. I'm banned. So clearly this guy is bad enough to hack, and get banned on Bad Lion. So that is, oh, I shouldn't, whatever. So that's kind of like, if you're calling other people bad, you shouldn't, like, you have no right to call people bad if you're banned on a PvP server. So then I'm like, I say like what I just said, like, how could you be good at PvP if you're banned on Bad Lion? And then he's like, and he just says, okay, now I'm unbanned, let's go. I'm like, what? This guy is confusing the balls out of me. So, oh my god, so many rubber bands. So he's confusing me a lot, and I'm just like, and then by that time the game has ended, I think. And then we get put in the same lobby, believe it or not. And I'm like, and he's also saying that Gummy Bear, he's now saying that Gummy Bear could beat me. I know, I didn't mean to say that, he was saying it before, but now he's saying that. I'm like, okay, do you want to test that theory out too? And he's also saying things about like how I'm like a pay to win because I have MVP rank, but I'm like, that's purely cosmetic. I guess they don't really know what that means. And they also asked me what Norsk means. I mean, anyone would know that that means Norwegian if you like are mature enough. And whoa, I haven't really looked at this map that much before. Anyway, that's getting off topic. And so when we go, and like, there's some other people like watching, and there's one guy's like starts agreeing with me. I think he was in the game before. He's like, I hate people like Cheeto because they're like calling me bad stuff. I bet the only things that 10-year-olds would call people. Oh! Whoa! Oh my god! How? Oh, I bet that hole is like lined up with, but that, okay, yeah, I just emoji'd the frick out of that. Anyway, so then I'm like, fight me on whatever server as long as you're not banned on it, as like Cheeto is. And anyway, that other guy I was saying, he betrayed me and then went against me, calling me a pay to win because I was MVP plus. So yeah, just newsflash, like, because you're MVP plus doesn't mean you're pay to win. Just saying, because you don't get any in-game benefits from it. You just get cosmetic items. So yeah, so then we go, and then Gummy Bear's like, yeah, I'll wreck you. Like, who even says wreck anymore? I'll wreck you. Go on pro. I'm like, okay. So then I go on, expecting him not to show. Just probably could think that I'm not actually gonna 1v1 him or something. And I go on, and he's there actually. And then I duel him, no debuff, because that's like the best way to 1v1 in my opinion, one of the best kits. And then I literally destroy him. You have no idea how much I destroyed him. Oh, I've never been here before. He had to drain so many pots over that time. Like during the 1v1, it wasn't even funny. I hadn't even used the whole row, and then suddenly he just quit the game. Yeah, he just quit the game. He rage quit or something. He knew he couldn't handle it, and he probably knew that he wouldn't have to talk to me pixels to pixels again. So he left the game, and I never saw either of them again. So yeah, that is my little story in rounds, and we also just won this game, so perfect timing. So I'll see you guys in the next video.